Page 180, Amazing Grace. Beautiful piece, a very nice arrangement. They're introducing you to a thing called an eighth note triplet. You just gotta love them. Well, a triplet is a triplet. It doesn't matter what the notes are. The idea is you have 3 eighth notes in the same amount of time as you'd normally play 2 eighth notes. So you just play it a little quicker because you got to sneak in another note. How you count it is up to, there's all kinds of ways of counting this stuff. I don't care for it. I usually do a 1 and a 2 and a, the triplet. Bop, bop, bop. You can say the word triplet too. Triplet, triplet, triplet. There's 3 of them. Triplet. 1, 2, 3. Yeah? I do 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a. Well, anyway, let's talk about this piece so we'll get it. 3/4 time. You're in the key of C major. Make sure you can do the scale for C major and go ahead and do the scale for A minor also because it has no sharps or flats. Do them both. Make sure you can do the scales. Let's talk it one hand at a time. Make sure we have this rhythm and fingering now. At the beginning, we have a pickup beat. We're coming in on beat 3. 3 and 1 and 2 and then a triplet. 3 and 3 and really there's 4 notes involved here, not just 3, because you got to get the 3 notes for the triplet plus the next note. All 4 notes need to be even. Bum 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, bum. Those all need to be even. Don't go, that's not a triplet, or that's not a triplet, or that's not a triplet. All 4 notes need to be even. And piano players you'll get good at this, going back and forth between duple and triple counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and a, 1 and 2 and 3 and a, or 1 and 2 and a, 3 and, 1 and a, 2 and 3 and, 1 and 2 and a, 3, whichever. You'll get good at that feeling because you get a lot of practice at it. So at the beginning again, 1 and 2 and. Now I don't like this fingering going from here to here. So I suggest we do this. Reach up with 4th finger. Play that with 4th, so my little finger's ready. 3 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and and then the 3rd finger, that's fine. I prefer to just stay here because I can do here 5. I can change in the triplet. Or if you want, you can come down 3rd finger also, but I think I just stay here. 1, 5, 3. And then again, 1, 4. Now come up, 1 and 2. It's a C. 3rd line down here, and then here. They give you an F nat. You don't need the natural sign. It's an F natural anyway. But you had an F sharp before. They're just being clear, and that's okay. Instead of 1 and 2 and. Now scrunch up little finger, little B flat. There. Last measure on page 180. Careful. The first 2 beats, there's no triplet there. 1 and 2 and. But then the 3rd beat is a triplet. 1 and 2 and. Don't play all those 8th notes the same. 1 and 2. No. The first 8th note is just a regular 8th note. 1 and 2 and. And then 4th finger. Okay, takes us to page 181, 2nd line. Now you're going to lift up here, and we have a mess here. Let's look at this chord. After that, the first note of the triplet. It is a D, and there's a sharp sign in front of it, so it's a D sharp, an E, and a G. Yeah, it sounds as good as it looks, don't it? I'll come back to the wavy line later. Right now, just play it. So you're 1 and lift up. And just slide the 2nd finger up. When we put in the wavy line, it works better. But right now, just play it and then slide the 2nd finger off. Here. And then they want 4th finger? No. stay here and do a 1-5. We did this 1-5 before. I find that a lot safer than coming from here to here. I don't write. So, and again, triplet is a 1-5-3, 1-5-3. We've had that before, and then you can come up. And again, same ugly chord. And all of these triplets are working the same way, I hope. Now the last line. You're here. Just lift up and come up. And you're going to repeat that. And there's a note above the staff. When you repeat it, the right hand goes down an octave. So rather than here, you come all the way down to here. So you come from here to here. That's all right, just lift up and move. And play it down here. Left hand. The left hand's got some sanity to it. It's a broken chorus for the most part. Rest. We're resting on the triplets. That's all. No big deal. The end of the second line, you're here. Lift up and come down. The triplet. One end and two end out. Rest. Okay. Put the hands together. Just make sure when you play the triplets, the left hand comes out. You can put it together. Get the hands to working together and then get rid of the hesitations. And then we add in the articulation and these wavy lines and things. As far as articulation goes, for the most part, you can, if you can hear where the phrases are, you're welcome to lift up. Otherwise, you pretty much connect everything except for the rest. First measure of the second line here, that ends a phrase, lift up. It's like taking a breath. First measure is the third line again, it's the end of a phrase, lift up. It's like taking a breath. So you can add in the phrasing on these wavy lines there on page 181, second line, or the first full measure you hear. You're going to play these one at a time. That's an arpeggio indication. You play the notes one at a time. You don't need to hold them down, and this time usually do on this kind of thing. And this way your second finger's released to do that. And this is not done rhythmically. It's just very quickly. If you want to hold these two notes down, it's fine, but you got to get off that one because you need the second finger for that. Here, and this one. People don't agree on how these are to be interpreted. I'm not going to tell you one way's right and one way's wrong. I'm sure that plenty of teachers will. Oh no, it's got to be done this way. Some people play so the top note is on the beat. So this is like a pickup. 1 and 2 and 3. See, it's 3 and other people, like me, play where the bottom note's on the beat and it delays the melody just a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3. And with country western style, that's really more, in my opinion, more appropriate. Play it on the beat, where the first note's on the beat. On all of these triplets, done the same way. Then we add the dynamics, soft. It says soft legato with feeling. Good grief. That's not just dynamics. Soft is the piano soft. That's dynamics. Legato is the articulation, connected. With feeling is interpretation. That comes later. You got to get past the mechanics where you can get into the music and you start feeling it. Then you add the feeling. Right now, we ain't feeling nothing. We're just trying to get the notes here. So it's soft in the melody. The left hand's very soft. have to decide what soft is. Whatever you think soft is. And then the last line on page 80, you're going to go, or 180, you're going to go up to about a moderately soft here. The left hand stays in the background. So it's, again, your first, this last line on page 180, you're soft. Then go up. Here, moderately soft. You're staying there until the top of page 181, the end of the first line, you go back down to soft. And then when you start the second line, all of a sudden, you take it up a notch to moderately loud. Well, the idea is that we played the song all the way through once, and now we're going to do it again, sort of. That's what the double bar is, the end of a section, new section. So now the second section is louder, sort of loud. The left hand is still soft. And you're staying sort of loud all the way through till the bottom, the last line. You see the two reverse or the two repeat signs. It's surrounded. So you're going to play it the first time P, piano. That's the right hand. The left hand's very soft. And you have the hairpin to get softer. Good luck. But when you repeat it, now it's PP or pianissimo or very soft. Not twice as soft, just softer than the first one. You're very soft down here. The left hand is super soft. Good luck. On that one. On these measures in the left hand, like at the next to the last measure at the bottom, this, where you have this, you can, if you want, play that with 2 and 4. That way your thumb is ready for that A. Because this fingering is one of the fingerings we use for the C chord. It's a good fingering, so you could just use it here. So you thumb, and then here. Now they've added pedal. And that's kind of nice. We'd like to have some overtones, give it some color, but we don't want to smear it up. If I pedal it the way they're showing, it's overlapping pedal all the way through, it sounds like this. Sounds okay to you? Go with it. I think it sounds terrible. I really do. I want to hear the rest in the left hand, and I don't want to smear these triplets. So I'm going to lift it up on the third beat. At the beginning. Like the second line, first measure at the end of a phrase, I'm going to lift it up with the right hand so I can hear the phrase. And again, the beginning of the third line, I lift it up so I can hear the phrase. Pedal it that way all the way through. I think that's much better. You have to decide ultimately on what you like to hear in the pedaling and all that stuff. noticed at the end there when you repeat it, you also go slower. I forgot that before. It's a felt thing, because how much slower? I don't know. A little slower. That's all. Let's play this together slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I'll give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. Let's just try. I'm going to pedal it like I suggested. Ready and go. And